Ah! Ah! Hi! Whoops, made the song loop by accident. Hello everyone. I'll be honest, I was tired and out of it yesterday. Oh my goodness, but hi. I'm here today. I'm here now. I feel fine. I'm feeling fine. I realize that every time I wear the exact same thing, it looks like I'm just in one continuous stream like Groundhog Day, so I apologize for that. It's not easy to categorize my streams by visuals. I'm sorry. Anyway, hi everyone. Good morning, good evening, etc, etc, etc. More people will join as the night goes on for me. Because that's what happens. Hello! Oh my god, Mod's here. How are we doing, everyone? I don't bathe! I'm just like Zoro for real. Bro, that's my aura. Okay, let's get into it. Let's work. I am going to finish up on my camera editing today, and I'm going to do that as fast as possible because, bitch, I want to play Pokemon. And I will be playing Pokemon for a very long time. Do you understand this? I will be editing as fast as I can, and then I'm going to be playing Pokemon for the longest time. For as long as I possibly can. It's going to be a big day. It is going to be a big day, because I want to play games I didn't get to play enough yesterday. Anyway, let's get into it. Hyperfocus Mel mode, hyperfocus Mel mode. Well, thank you for the sub. Glasses and cake! A stinky editor aura. It's so true. I am the captain of the Stinkmen Pirates. Stinkmen Pirates? Just Stinkmen. They're not even pirates. I'm just captain of the Stinkmen, leader of the Stinkmen. Anyway. What about stink women, huh? My god, why aren't we inclusive here? Anyway, let's start. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Alright. And so we begin. Oh my god, I miss Sanji. I've been thinking about him lately. You know it's bad when I've been looking back at manga panels of Sanji and I like touch the page longingly and I'm like, oh my god. I miss him. I miss him like I miss my dead wife. Oh, god, do I miss him. Music! Oh my god, I nearly forgot. There you go. Oh! What the hell? Installing Spotify? What was that? What's it installing? I already have it. Anyway. Sorry about that, Chief. What the heck? Alright. The Bonney vid will be by the end of this month. Okay? I'm going to be doing not as much work today, but after I get the Pokemon bug out of my system tonight, because it's going to be a lot of Pokemon playing, okay? I'm not kidding. It's going to be a long time of playing Pokemon. I plan to stay up a very long time. It will then be a lot of Bonney work, okay? A lot of Bonney vid work. He talks about feeling solid land after a long time. I wonder what it means. Thrash, I thought it was that, I thought it was because he hasn't been on, like, the mainland. Like, he's been in the Holy Land for so long. The chapter review will be, next break week. Do we have a break after the next chapter? I actually don't know. The chapter review is coming second because the more the chapters pile up, the more I can write about the chapters, okay? But for now, I'm focusing on Bonney video. What am I doing right now? What am I looking for? Nothing. I should just be working. Yes! You're welcome, Thrash. Oh, I was opening the script so I could edit along. I know what I'm editing to. Makes sense. Makes sense, Mel. Here's where... There it is. Get to work! I mean, I wasn't planning to skip the last one, but because it is only one chapter, and because I have to work on this video anyway, it works out. Wait, yeah, you made the Monster Trio kissing emoji. That was you. Thrash is correct. How can we forget that? And from far away, it kind of looks like a hamburger, and I think that's really funny. Bonney. Bonney. The OC kissing animated one is crazy. La 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 la. I feel so energized today. I went outside because what I had to do was I had to go outside and get a package, otherwise it would be returned if I didn't get it this week. And I went, oh fuck, I should probably do that tomorrow. I just gotta brave the outside world. And I went out wearing this. And I got so many compliments. I was outside for like an hour tops. And so many people were like, wow, I love your whole outfit. I love your whole pink vibe. Thank you, I kept saying. Hello, scary pink lady. They said fashionable pink lady, thank you very much. La 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 la. Your favorite One Piece creator. Stop it. Stop it. What an honor. That's crazy to think that I'm some people's favorite One Piece creator as a whole. That's insane. Why? Oh my god, leave me alone! Leave me alone, get a job! Stop following me! It's just because there are so many big and talented One Piece creators in the sphere, the One Piece sphere, that it's shocking to me. Oh, my schnoz. My schnoz. Oh, sneezing coming out. That's awesome. Oh, anonymous gift sub. Who is this anonymous? Unless Brig is, like, lurking? Who is this? Who is anonymous? I guess that's why it's anonymous. Well, thank you, anonymous gifter. I know, Brig isn't even here. That's crazy, right? So I just have a random person that's nice. That isn't trying to troll me. I can't fathom that. Does that work? I didn't see if that worked. A genuine secret admirer. By the way, this is the art that the manga panel that I was looking at today. And I was like, fuck, I miss Sanji. Accidentally closed this one. He looks so cute. He looks so cute in this. This is how Nami imagines him. Oh my god, she imagines him so cute. So cute. Pisses me off. Makes me sick. I get like, what's it called? Cuteness aggression. He's so kawaii. That's too kawaii. Oh, so cute. This is like one of the cutest Sanjis that Oda's ever drawn. What the fuck? He's so cute! And this is when he's like lying. Because he's like, I know I'm not going to be coming back. Because he's being blackmailed. Hey, Mamacita. Morning, hello. I'm looking at this Sanji art. And he's got the Bellemare expression. No, that's crazy, right? That's crazy. Do you think Oda did that on purpose? I want to believe he did. I want to believe he did. I want to give him that credit. Like, the smoke and everything as well, the same Bellemare had. I want to believe... I want to... Wait, where's the art? Where's the art? Not the art, where's the... He can't keep getting away with it! He can't keep getting away with it! No! Everywhere I go I see Sigmund Freud. Oh my god, happy B-Day, Simply. Happy B-Day. Anyway. This is so Sanji is mum-coded then. Not only does Sanji resemble Bellemare, but he looks exactly like his own mother. Exactly like his own mother. He's mum-coded. Also, I had like a thing I was talking about with, was it with Foily? It was probably with Foily. It's always with Foily. Hang on, I'm looking for it. Fuck, we talk a lot. Supreme Yappers. It was not with Foily. Oh, here it is. This. So they're advertising Universal Studios, right? I don't know which Universal Studios this is, by the way. I'm assuming it's currently the American one, because it's going on in America. But I said that you know they're advertising to women and mothers because Sanji's in the front. Because this is not about popularity. If this were about popularity advertising, Zoro would be here instead. So I was like, why in the world is Sanji in the front? It's because they're advertising to women and mothers. This is them, when they put Sanji in the front, it's them saying, Mum, this is a good day out. Mums, mamacitas out there, this is a good day out for your kids. Look how much fun this mother's having. with her beautiful children, with her beautiful child Chopper. Orlando? I don't know. But when Sanji's in the front, they are advertising to mothers and women. Just know that. Sanji is a women advertising character. The women advertising characters are Nami, Robin, Boa, and Sanji. Law as well, and Ace. Sometimes Sabo too. But those are the women advertising characters. For a fact, I know this because they are the most popular characters among women in One Piece. They did a poll, and Sanji was like... But Sanji, he wasn't number 1. I think he was top 3. I think Ace and Law? Was Law number 1? I think at the time, Yamato was number 1, actually, for women. They thought he was hot as hell. He was on, like, a list of, like... No, Yamato was on a list of, like, most handsome, like, anime men. I'm not kidding. Yamato was on the list of women voting for most handsome anime men. That's what I remembered. It was a Japanese poll. And they voted Yamato. They thought he was sexy as hell. Fair enough. That's when Wano was airing. Anyway. Sanji is on the front. Sanji is on the front with for the mums. For the mums and for the women. So good for him. That's how you know. That's just an FYI. But yeah, if you walk around like Japan and you like see different One Piece things, if they're advertising with Law, Sanji, Ace, Nami Boa, Robin as well, then they're targeting women. And you know, every time, it happens every time. They are the women target characters. And it's really funny. Like the Sanji's restaurant in Universal Studios Japan. That is for women. Women and families. They even had a thing for it. Where is it? God, I don't have it saved, but the advertising for Sanji's restaurant was literally like a mum that's like got hearts in her eyes looking at Sanji. And I was like, they know their audience and that pisses me off. I need to go there. It's only open in the summers in Japan. And it's only a raffle for how to get in. A lottery. Ugh! Exclusive Sanji restaurant. I'm the mum with the hard eyes. But think about Sanji as a character. He cooks and he cleans. I'd assume Mama Mad Dog as a mother, that would just be so attractive. Because then you're not saddled with that work. Not only are you not saddled with that work, but he is happy to do that work for you. He's happy to be in the kitchen making you and your children a sandwich. And isn't that such a beautiful thing? I'd assume that's the mum appeal with Sanji. That's the MILF appeal. Sanji is making me a sandwich. My wife, Braless, has made me a sandwich. Robin, because she has big boobs. Did you tell them Zora's got bigger bahonies? That's crazy. I love her for her big personality. Look, at least he knows what he's about. That's so funny. I'm glad we all have the same mindset. Her big personality and her big brain. Fuck, I had to redo this line so many times. Bum bum. Dun dun. Hello. My babushka Melamote. One day I'll play Stardew again. think they would have clocked you. Gui 5T. But that's still funny. That you feared that. Yoi. Hello, hello. I never get back into Brilliant Diamond because it's Sinnoh. I've always been into Sinnoh games. Like, I know people don't want to hear it, but Brilliant Diamond really is just a smoother running, repackaged Pokemon Diamond. Like, again, I understand as a remake, it's cheap, yes. But is it still fun to play? Yes! I understand why people didn't like it, but it's still fun to play. So shut up! I am having fun. If Sanji got gender bent, would he fall for himself? Well, let's think about that. When he was in Nami's body, what was happening? He thought he was so sexy. I wouldn't call it falling for himself. I'd say he was a little bit too happy to be a woman. Because it wasn't, oh, Nami's body. It wasn't, oh, Nami's body, it's so sexy. It's, oh my god, I'm so sexy. I'm so hot. Sanji, I'm onto you. Sanji, that is not a universal experience. Oda as well, that is not a universal experience. It's funny, right? Because you can take it as just a gag, don't get me wrong. And sometimes it's a bit tasteless. But at the same time, oh my god, I'm so hot, I'm so sexy. Oh my god, my boobs bounce when I run. Bitch! What is this? Like, this is not a universal experience. What are you saying right now? He was a bit too happy about it. All I'm saying is if he got womanified, girlified like Law did, I think he'd just be happy. And I think he'd scream in agony. He even called it the dream. The dream, when he got changed back into his own body, he yelled, no, the dream is over. The dream to be a woman, Sanji? What? Like, what is happening? And it's like, I understand that the joke is, oh, because, like, woman's sexy. But it's one thing to view a woman and see them as sexy. It's another thing to be a woman and be like, oh, I'm so sexy. There's an honest to goodness argument for gender euphoria there. There's honestly an argument there. Because what the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? My boobs bounce when I run. Yippee! No, like, I understand it was a bit, but the thing is, I can still argue that, you know what I mean? I can still argue he had a good time being a woman. He was a bit too happy about it. So if he ever got womanified the way Law did, I think he'd be so happy and I think he'd be crushed when he got changed back, or if he got changed back. Which again, that's just... Sanji, you are so special to me. your experiences are not universal. Law was pissed, but I'll never get over the Kia Captain, you're so cute. Because Penguin and Shechi were right. Kia, he was so cute. Oh my god. Femlaw's also so special to me. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when will Sanji be womanified. It's a matter of when. I need it now. Come on, Oda, I know you want to do it. If not for yourself, for your wife. To be fair, now listen, I don't, like, it was really, really stupidly said. The reason Law said he was weaker is because it was an illness. Not because he turned into a woman, but because, like, it was like the sick fruit or something. So the illness was turning into a woman, but he felt weaker because it was an illness, not because he got turned into a woman. Like, it was just really, really poorly explained. The feminization disease, that's such a line. The feminization disease. That's the power I would have. Hitting you with the feminization disease. Dude, people are like, oh, if Zoro turned into a woman, what would Sanji think? Sanji would be angry, bitch. Like... So, people are thinking Sanji would be like, oh, a wooga booga. People don't understand. Sanji and Zoro have a special kind of relationship of they just are always fighting with each other. And it's not because Zoro's a man, it's because Zoro's Zoro. If Zoro turned into a woman, I'm pretty convinced that Sanji would be like, what the fuck? Turn back right now! Like, I don't think he would be a wooga ooga over that. I think he'd just be angry. And I think Zoro would also be angry. They were still fighting and Punk has it. Exactly! I also like that Toa added the addition of Zoro catching Sanji in Nami's body. And they tried to play it off as like, oh, because like it's Nami's body, so Zoro's automatically going to catch her. When the fuck has he ever caught Nami? Like in the manga, in canon. When has he ever done that? Zoro does not have an instinct to catch Nami. And I was like, this just makes it gayer. Why is he catching him? Like... I've never, because I remember the first thing I remember noticing in One Piece, I was like, no one catches each other in One Piece. And I remember thinking this because in Alabasta, when they were shooting each other up to the clock tower, they were shooting Vivi up to the clock tower, it went Sanji, Zoro, Chopper, and then Vivi got boosted up. Sanji fell, no one tried to catch him. And then as Zoro was falling, no one moved to catch him. He just landed on his fucking neck. And I was like, why is no one trying to catch him? Same with Chopper, no one was moving to catch anybody. And I was like, why is no one trying to catch the other? They just let them slam into the ground. Chopper fell in a marine, yeah. True. Look at this face I'm making, that's pretty good. Guess who I'm talking about here to be this excited? Garp. Don't even joke, lad. Geist? Oh, the 5. I thought your name was like Guilt. But I couldn't understand why the 5 was there. Thank you for liking my blush. I'm actually wearing my blush now. But you can't see it because of this lighting. It's so bright. Now it's not bright enough. So there you go. Oh, guest? Okay. I'll do my best to remember, but be warned, I'm awful with names. As you guys have realized, I will just say immediately what my head sees. And it's led to some... What did I say at one point? Saber O'Fred. Sab or something. That's true. I remember because I remember Zoro was the one to catch Nami after they fell off Rodo. And I remember that because I remember being like, because Zoro did not look happy about it, and I remember thinking, no, I said Sanji's not there, so Zoro's like, someone has to catch her. Because usually Sanji's the one to help with Nami, right? When Nami needs help, it's usually Sanji that's helping her. Geist? Geist? Where's that name come from? You are now Gooey 5T. I'm kidding. I'll try not to call you that. I'm French, don't bully me. I like how fast you said that. French hate on the internet is rampant. Hey, well, you know what? So is British hate. So, At least, you know, you're not the only one getting bullied out there. American hate on the internet, they do not get bullied as much because they have the monopoly of the internet. And I've always had the opinion that if America didn't have the monopoly of English-speaking internet, they'd be bullied more. But because they have the monopoly, it's hard. You get ganged up on. Guys, Americans out there. Right? The Brits hate the French and the French hate the Brits, and yet for some reason you have a train connecting you two. Fuck you! Get on the train! That's me, that's my big brain emote. Originals also on ship England and France, and somehow things always go back to Hitalia. Every few years, someone accidentally remakes Italia. It's happening again. Don't say that. Glasses and cake, don't say that. I never even watched Italia. I watched bits and pieces of Italia. It was like boring to me. I didn't quite understand it. Right, Hitalia wasn't even the first Hitalia. Oh, you didn't actually do anything, Glasses. I was just joshing. What is Hitalia? Oh my god, I wish I were you. Are you also the person that asked what is Voltron? Who was that? Someone asked what is Voltron, and I envy them so much. I never watched Voltron. But I have so many friends who used to be into Voltron, and they always say to me how it was both the best and worst part of their life. No, the show, the DreamWorks cartoon show. Voltron just infamously ended so horribly and had so much like fandom drama. Like the fandom was apparently incredibly toxic, like really, really bad. And that there was so much infighting, and then no one won. No one won because the ending was dog. And everyone was like, we just wasted our time. Police are after me. French man Sanji has a Japanese name, and Japanese man Noa has a French name. They're soulmates. Holy fuck, they're soulmates. Oh no! He did it again! He can't keep getting away with this. He can't keep getting away with this. First the whole 3 thing, and now this. He can't keep getting away with this. Oh my god. Sora and Terra was crazy. It's crazy. Sanji's mum is Sky and Zoro's mum is Earth. Oda, you can't keep getting away with this. Stop it! Stop it! I know he was... when he did that, I know he was having a fucking grin. A big fat giggle when he did that. He was grinning from ear to ear when he named Zoro's mum Terra. I feel it. What? Oh yeah, everyone look at this official art. It's so cute. I don't know what this was for, but it's just an official One Piece art. Now this is all super duper cute. A mother, why'd I say that in an American accent? A mother and her beautiful child. And Nummy's breast. A mother and her beautiful child. Look, Sanji's over here with the girls. How many times do I have to say it? Sanji's one of the girls. Frankie Gyat? Oh my goodness! Frankie Gyat, I didn't notice that. Thank God Frankie's getting the... Ah! Bro, he's got a whole cheek out! Oh my goodness! Goodness gracious, Frankie. A whole cheek? Wow. Look, they're having so much fun. Look at them. Aw. The back's not metal. You know what that means. If the back's not metal, it jiggles. That's what that means. What is he fucking yelling about? Why is Zoro the #1 hater on the crew? Oh, goodness. I like that he's making friends with the birds, though. Brooke's kind of slaying, I'll be honest. Anyway. What is Nami doing? A mother and her beautiful child. Isn't that so cute? That's so cute. I remember Frankie's reasoning for why his back wasn't made out of metal. Because as I was watching and reading through One Piece, you know, and I was still seeing if I really did like it, and of course I really liked it, I remember that reasoning was one of the things that made me go, God, this series is just so fun and so quirky in such a charming way. Like the, I couldn't reach. Why isn't your back made of metal? I couldn't reach. Like, that's the funniest fucking explanation ever. That I would not have ever expected. I just couldn't reach my back. Like, that was one of the things that made me go, this series is so charming. What a silly, silly reason. I'm not sure how I feel about One Piece yet, I'll be honest, and I'm still reading it. I've heard the ending is really good. Yeah, 2 melts. What a horrible world that would be. Thank God I don't have a twin. Usopp was also, I've talked about this. Syrup Village gets such a bad rep. When Syrup Village was one of the arcs that once again made me be like, this is special. Because I thought I was gonna hate Usopp. I thought Aesop. That's a soap brand. I thought Usopp was gonna be a character that I despised because so many people didn't like him. And I was like, okay, he must be annoying. Everything I heard of Usopp was that he was annoying. And then when I watched Syrup Village, and when you get the scenes of Usopp being the weak person that he is, and he yells, okay, I'm a coward, but that's just who I am. I'm just a coward. And then he gets beaten and he gets bloodied and he's grabbing onto the Kuro pirates and he's saying, I won't let you. There are people I love that live here. I won't let you hurt anyone. And I'm like, oh, like that shit got to me, man. It got to me so bad. I was like, what the fuck? Usopp is awesome. Like, he's just regular Joe and he just wants to protect the people that he loves. Like, oh, he was so special to me. Right, I say it in my... Did I say it in my Usopp video or did I say it in my East Blue video? I think I said it in the East Blue video. That Syrup Village is boy who cried wolf if the boy faced the wolf. So everyone still believed there is no wolf to keep them protected and happy and safe. Usopp just wanted the whole village to feel safe. He didn't want them to be scared of the outside pirates. He didn't want them to fear a pirate invasion, right? So he saw that there were pirates and he decided, I cannot let this village believe that there are actually pirates that want to hurt them. I want the village to be able to live peacefully. And I think that's so commendable. Again, it's a white lie in a positive way. Yes, there are pirates, but the village don't need to know that. Otherwise, they will be living in fear. He just wants the village to feel safe. And I think that, I just thought that was beautiful. He took the boy that cried wolf and he turned it into, but the boy beats the wolf the fuck up and then never tells anyone that there was actually a wolf. Also, yeah, pirates arriving is not a bad thing for him either. It's part of him loving his dad. Ding, 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 ding. Whoa. But yeah, I was like really stunned by Syrup Village. Again, I was like, wow, this feels really different. I feel like I'm watching something special. Well, I've said this before, there are, like, because I always wondered in Dressrosa, Doffy and Usopp had a bit of a thing. Like, Usopp became Doffy's #1 enemy, which is so funny. And I realized that I said this, I think, in my Usopp video, it's because Doffy is the one with malicious lies. Doffy's lies are disgusting. He lies all the time. He is a serial liar, and he lies to manipulate. Usopp doesn't lie to manipulate. His lies are of fantasy, and his lies are of self-confidence, right? Like, he lies about things he wants to do, that he eventually can do and ends up doing. Doffy just lies to be a fucking bastard. To just be a bastard. He is so evil. And we see the difference in liars between Doffy and Usopp. Well, it's like, the funniest thing is the first time we see, like, Usopp's lies are not malicious. The first time we see Usopp lying, what's he doing? He's lying to Kaya because she's sick and he wants to make her feel better. He's literally telling her stories. And yes, he didn't actually do any of what he said at the time. But how can anyone look at that and be like, wow, what a fucking liar? Like, that's the point, that he's a storyteller. He's trying to bring some fantasy and joy to people's lives. It's that simple. Oops. Anyway, yeah, I thought Syrup Village was gorgeous, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love Usopp. Sky, I think I do say that at some point as well. That just because someone's a liar doesn't mean they should be discredited. Oh, no, I think I said that Usopp originally feels like he's going to be the comic relief. But Oda makes a point that all the characters have comic relief moments. All the characters will be stupid and have stupid things. Just because Usopp more than others has like silly moments doesn't mean we shouldn't take him seriously. We are supposed to take Usopp seriously. He fucking joshes around from time to time. But that doesn't mean we should not take him seriously. And I thought Oda presented that really well in Syrup Village. Same for Buggy! Same for Buggy! Oh my god, Buggy is one of the best waiting game characters ever. Ever. I just cannot believe how much my view on Buggy shifted in chapter 1082, I think it was. With the Buggy backstory, with Shanks. I cannot believe how much my view of him shifted. He became one of my favorite characters. I was like, oh my god! Buggy for Pirate King!
Howdy do, boys!
Every day people don't understand Usopp and they're like, but he's a scaredy cat, he's a scaredy cat. To be brave, you have to be scared. Hi, bee enthusiast. God, I love your name. I'm also a bee enthusiast. Are you beekeeping age? But, because it's like people will look at like Luffy and Sanji and Zoro, they'll be like, why isn't Usopp like that? Sanji, Zoro, and Luffy are not brave. They're majority of the time just kind of reckless. Or they're confident. That's not being brave. That's just being confident or reckless. You know? Usopp is brave because he's scared and he's braving his fears. It's simple! It's that simple! It's simple! When will you learn? When will you learn? Or self-sacrificing. Yeah, Sanji is quite literally like Sanji-sidal. And people will look at Sanji and be like, well, he's brave. Bitch, Sanji does not respect himself. Ah! Ah! Sanji does not respect himself, bitch! Of course he's gonna be throwing himself in harm's way. That is not being brave. He just doesn't care about his own well-being. Oh! He only cares about what he can provide to the crew, even if it means killing himself. Oh my god! Sanji, I swear to God. I knew Sanji was Sandy. That's like one of my favorite French facts. That Sanji was Sandy. My beautiful girlfriend Sandy. I keep saying she believes, and I'm thinking about Speeve. Look, Sanji is just daddy issues on steroids. One of my favorite things about Sanji is like the relationship he has with men. And it's clearly complicated because of what men have done to him. Like, because of the way he was treated by mainly men in his younger life. Like, bro was beaten up by his brothers and then called useless, worthless, a waste of life by his blood dad. He's gonna have an insanely complicated relationship with men. Chainsaw Man is One Piece coded, thank you very much. I say, actually that's... Well, I haven't read it, but I know I'll like it. I didn't mean that in a bad way. But One Piece did come first. Because it's like with Zeph, right? Obviously he loves Zeph, but he wants Zeph's approval so much. He relies on Zeph's approval for like literally his being. Because obviously this is an older man who has taken him in and has raised him, and he sees Zeph as his true father, and he can't do anything that would ever make Zeph disappointed in him. Or he's done. He's ending it. Like... Like, this directly comes from how Judge treated him. Again, like, Sanji is just daddy issues full on Mr. Daddy issues. Right? That's why he will never kick women. That's why he will never use his hands, because Zeph told him not to. And if Zeph told him not to, by God, he is not doing it. Oh, I want Sanji and Zeph to see each other again. Zeph is so proud of Sanji, it makes my heart ache. Every time we see, like, Zeph in a cover art or anything, he's always, like, either talking about Sanji or has a poster of Sanji or is laughing over Sanji, and it's like, oh my god, he loves his son! He loves his son so much! I remember talking about this. There's something so poetic about Judge being like, Sanji, don't ever tell anyone that you are my child. Compared to Zeph literally changing the Baratier's design to have Sanji's poster as the front gate. He's literally showing Sanji off. That's my boy, you know? Like, that is so sweet. Oh, so sweet. I'm gonna get a cavity and a stomach ache. Oh yeah, Sanji's gonna hate the front gate when he sees it, but also Sanji's whole thing, because like, I always talked about this. Where's the image after I say it? So, Sanji has a relationship with Zeph, right? That is very back and forth, and it's very argumentative. It's very fuck you, you know? It's childish, and it's stupid. And they are always calling each other nicknames. They are always picking on each other. And who else does Sanji do that with? Who else does he do that with? He can't keep getting away with it! Oh my god! He can't keep getting away with it! He does it with Ivankov too. He also does it with Ivankov. This is why when people talk about Sanji and Ivankov and they say shit like, oh, he's just so rude. You don't understand how Sanji works. He argues with Ivankov because he fucking loves Ivankov. That's how Sanji is. He literally argues with people because he doesn't know how to love properly. Like, he doesn't know how to show affection properly. He's either way too overbearing with it, as he is with like Nami and Robin, or he's argumentative because he's broken. He's broken, guys. Like, he doesn't understand how to do anything properly. He literally is like dialed to 11 in all aspects of his life. He either gets too angry or too passionate, or he's just too much. He's just much. He's much. He's super too much because he doesn't understand how to fucking regulate himself because he's broken. He's a broken boy. Bro, there's something about him that's fucked up, and that's okay. It's okay to be a little bit broken. Because aren't we all, you know? And I think it's beautiful. Anyway, I love you, Sanji. Just a little. Look, one of my favorite scenes is when Iva gets Sanji's poster with Vinsmoke on it, and they say, oh, he never told me he was a Vinsmoke. And then the arc after that is Egghead, and Shaka says, oh yeah, Iva's like a revolutionary army leader. And Sanji says, Iva never told me that. Like, both of them are like, what the hell? Why didn't they tell me this about themselves? They were both like actually upset that the other person didn't tell them that. Which is why I'm so excited for when they meet again, because I'm fully expecting both of them to go, why didn't you tell me this? And they're gonna point at each other like the Spider-Man meme. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? They're so dramatic. And then Sanji uses one of Iva's moves. Oh my god, I love it. Thoughts on the Universal Park Sanji? He's doing a good job. He's doing a good job. I'm glad people are having fun. Once again, I'm not into real life men, but he is portraying Sanji very well. He's done his research and I super appreciate him for that. I feel his Sanji love. That's all you can ask for. Like, if I lived in America, I would go to that park. But I do not live in America. So I can't go to that park. Yeah, they're talking about American Universal Sanji. Which Iva move did Sanji use? Hang on, I have it here somewhere. Oh, shit. I don't remember what chapter it is, but I see it in my head. Where is it? Oh shit. When he kicked S Shark? It was. Hang on. I'm gonna look up Sanji kick S Shark. There it is! Thank you so much for that. What chapter is this? I don't know what the chapter is. Anyway, here. This is Ivor's move! And I had, when Ivor used this kick, I made a tweet about it, but now Twitter's become impossible to search things up on. Like, I'd side-by-side it for you, but I don't remember the chapter that Ivankov used this move. But it's the exact same. Yes, sorry, this is the unofficial translation. Oh, I can't find the... I don't remember who Ivor used it on. Was it against Kuma? Oh, it's so annoying that I can't search things up on Twitter properly anymore. No, it wasn't against Sanji. Hang on, Ivankov Pacifistas manga. I know you guys trust me, but it's super annoying that, I can't find when I said exactly this on Twitter and I was like, haha, that's Ivor's move. It was definitely in Marineford. I'm pretty sure it was Marineford. Damn, I don't have one of my oomps lurking in the chat. Usually when I go, damn, I tweeted it, they then send me the link of the tweet in like record time, but they're clearly not here right now. There it is! It was against Kuma. I don't remember the chapter number though, it's not telling me. Here, see? Ta-da! Hang on, let me save this so I can zoom in. There it is. The exact same move! He's even making a silly face and everything. That's so funny. That's his mum. That's his drag mother. I know that's right. Both not a pacifista, that's true. His dad is Zep and his mum is Iva. So real. I love that they did a, they released like a line for Monster Trio and their mentors. And for Luffy and Zoro, it's Rayleigh and Mihawk, right? And then for Sanji, it's Ivankov. And Ivankov obviously slays so fucking hard next to those two. And I know that's something else because you guys know how I feel about Rayleigh and you guys know how I feel about Mihawk. But Ivankov alongside those two steals the show. They absolutely steal the show. Hee-haw. It's also funny seeing Sanji standing with Iva. That's his drag mother. I love saying that. Canonically, Sanji has a drag mother and no one can take that away from me. Because he does. Like, it's actually canon. And no one can take it away from me. Geist. That could either go very well or very poorly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I honestly do think that Oda has grown regarding the writing around Kamabaka Island. I personally feel that. And I know some people don't agree with it, but I find it interesting that there has never been jokes around Kamabaka Island at all since then. Like, not one. Have you guys noticed this? At least I've noticed. I've noticed that they haven't been the butt of any joke anymore. Such as when Sanji got kidnapped by Beige and Peckham said that Big Mom will blackmail people into coming to the tea party and they'll take the head of someone that that person cares about, and Peckham's for Sanji mentioned the Kamabaka Queens or the Kamabaka girlies for someone that could be blackmailed that would get Sanji into Big Mom's tea party. And I was just like, oh, that's lovely. That through Big Mom's intel, they saw the time that Sanji spent on Kamabaka Island, or Momoido Island, sorry, and saw that as a way to blackmail him as like hurting people that he cares about. Because I've always said he does care about them. Once again, he's just not soft. He's just fucked up inside. But like, there's a misconception that he absolutely hates the Kamabaka girlies, and he doesn't hate them. He's just fucking dramatic. The Rev's current base is currently Memorial Island. And like I said, like, no jokes have been made of the sort. And I'm looking at it like... And then I look at, even though I do not believe Oda wrote the Kamabaka queens to be trans femme, and I know some people have a different view on it, and again, that's totally fine. But I'm trying to think of how author intent would go. Even though I do not believe Oda wrote the Kamabaka queens with the idea of them being trans femme, and they're more so supposed to be drag queens, personally, is how I think he was supposed to, is how I think he was trying to write it, and it came off wrong. But then I look at like Kiku and how Kiku is treated, and there was absolutely fucking nothing horrible at all with Kiku. Nothing. Sanji thought she was absolutely gorgeous in every way. There was no disgusting transphobic jokes made. And you know who were making the disgusting transphobic jokes? The fans. They were making the disgusting transphobic jokes. When Sanji showed affection towards Kiku, the amount of people that I saw saying disgusting things about that were like, oh, Sanji doesn't know. Doesn't know? Doesn't know what? What are you fucking talking about, doesn't know? You're the one making the disgusting joke here. Sanji was as sweet as could possibly be. As could possibly be. Like, no joke was made on anyone's behalf. And other people were the ones saying, well, if Sanji knew. Knew what? Like, what do you mean knew? Like, that's a disgusting thing to say. They were the ones pushing this disgusting idea onto Sanji and onto Kiku. And it was like, what the hell? It was just so bizarre. It felt like they were angry that Sanji was normal around Kiku. It was like weird. It feels like the same people that were expecting Sanji to be gross with Bonney, honestly. And it's like, what is wrong with you? It was both a terrible time and a fantastic time, because the fact that those characters exist mean a lot to a lot of people. Like, I love Kiku and Yamato, and I totally understand, like, why they mean so much to people. Which is why I defend to hell and back that these characters are who they say they are. Like, just because you decide to not see them that way doesn't change the canon story. Like, I'm sorry. But yeah, so personally, I think that Oda has started, like, I see Oda as a writer that grows as he writes. I feel that he reflects on what he writes and he tries to grow as he writes. And I feel that with how he's been writing Memorial Island and how he hasn't made any Kamabaka girlies the butt of any jokes in like, for like years he hasn't done that. But who knows, maybe the Straw Hats will go to Memorial Island. And maybe I'll eat my shoe, so who knows. Well look, the reason I was like, I'm pretty sure that Kamabaka queens are supposed to be drag queens is because Ivankov is based off a real drag queen that Oda is friends with. He even said it in an SBS. Yes, Rocky Horror is part of the inspiration, but he also said that he has a real friend, real life friend who's a real life drag queen, and that's who Ivankov is also based off. And then I look at, and then we also know that Oda hangs out in drag bars, by the way. We know this for a fact, because I think, whose voice actor said it? Some voice actor said it. Was it Frankie's? Frankie's voice actor. He said, Oda took me to a drag bar. And I'm like, I'm 90% sure that Oda went to drag bars, has drag queens friends, and was like, I'm gonna make the funniest like drag queen jokes I can possibly make. Because, again, think about it. If you show drag queens Kamabaka Island and the Kamabaka girls, again, the joke is this is Sanji, an incredibly manly man being scared of having a dress put on him. If you look at it in that aspect, it's funny. Like, I understand the issues behind it. I totally understand. But if you look at it as this is a man that's scared to wear a dress, be so for real right now. That is the stupidest thing ever. Because I saw it more as Sanji, grow up. It's a dress. Like, it's just dumb. Because when people say that the Kamabaka queens were like predatory, I was like, predatory? They're just trying to put a dress on him. Like, I wouldn't exactly call that predatory. It's a dress. At worst, they were treating him like a doll to dress up. But hey, maybe that's just me. Again, I understand why people, like, feel uncomfortable with it. That's totally in there, right? But I'm trying to see it from author intention. And I truly do not believe Oda was trying to be, like, disgustingly transphobic. It just came off in that way due to, again, it was tasteless in parts. Like, it was definitely tasteless in parts. Yeah, it's Sanji, I'm a real man who loves women, and the queens go, boo! Like, again, I'm pretty sure a drag queen would see that and be like, this shit's funny. Like, it depends the lens of which you view it through. But I keep saying some of it did not translate well, and I totally understand why it's not taken well by a large part of the community. I get it. Either Bonclay and Buggy as his favorite characters. Buggy's gay confirmed. Buggy is 100% queer confirmed. Oda said them queer ones, they're my favorites. Congratulations, Buggy. Buggy is constantly in drag. Clown drag. Also, one of Oda's favorite characters is Sanji's mentor, and the person Sanji fights that he befriends in Alabasta. The Sanji Tax is real. The Sanji Tax is real. I will keep saying that it's real. La la. Someone is asking Sanji Tax again. I have to make a video on the Sanji Tax. The Sanji Tax is basically Sanji gets special treatment. I used to originally think the Sanji Tax was like, no, I'm just a Sanji fan. But now, ever since like Whole Cake Island, I truly believe the Sanji Tax is real. In nearly every single arc, Sanji gets like a near whole moment to himself. That's like crazy work. Like insane work. Because Sanji getting his moments alone with Luffy in the Baratier, because it wasn't just Luffy and Sanji talking, it was the rest of the crew left. They all left to leave Sanji and Luffy by themselves to have these moments together. The Sanji Tax started there. Not even Luffy was alone with Zoro. Kobe was there. Luffy and Zoro were alone for like a chapter until Nami came in. Sanji and Luffy got a whole arc to themselves, basically. And then it happened again in Whole Cake Island. And in Alabasta, Sanji got, Mr. Prince. A super duper cool moment. Skypiea, lesser so. But he still had, oh, I needed a light. Annie's lobby was the train scene. Thriller Bark was, him stepping in during the nothing happened thing, which again cracks me up. Like, yes, that was also a Zoro moment, don't get me wrong, but it's still so funny that he had to be part of that. Saboti had the entirety of Duval. Whiskey Peak is the only outlier, I will agree with there, but it was so short that it's kind of hard to take it as an outlier. Because Whiskey Peak's like the shortest part, isn't it? Saboti had the entirety of Duval. Fishman Island less so, but for some reason Sanji was with Luffy the whole time through Fishman Island, which again, that's crazy. Punk Hazard had Sanji with Kinemon, hence starting Wano. Starting the Wano, the Wano plotline. Again, crazy. Dressrosa had Sanji not only getting Viola on their side, but having a go at Doffy? Kicking Doflamingo? Which again, crazy that he got that for some reason. He wasn't even there for half the arc, and he got to take a kick at Doflamingo. Zoro, obviously, Zoro to Whole Cake Island, that's just Sanji Tax on steroids. Wano, he had the whole mutation moment. He had one of the... And Robin helped me as well. He had Robin and the whole mutation thing with Queen. Egghead, he was so super involved with Egghead with Bonney. No idea what's gonna happen with Elbaf. Anyway, there's a Sanji Tax. There's just a Sanji Tax. For some reason, Sanji gets cooler than most moments, or he gets like moments to himself more often than not. And that, my friends, is the Sanji Tax. Oh, also Thriller Bark when Luffy was in Or's body with the shadow. The first thing he yelled was Sanji meat, and I was like, what? A core of Luffy's soul is yelling for Sanji. Yelling for Sanji to feed him. Isn't that beautiful? First woman he called for on Amazon Lily. Oh, and that Sanji Tax and Impel Down / Marineford is Sanji's mentor was directly connected to saving Luffy and is directly connected to Luffy's dad because of being a revolutionary leader. A revolutionary army leader. Like, Sanji got the mentor that actively saved Luffy and got Luffy out of jail. Again, crazy. It's crazy. Oh, my eyeballs. Nah, I wouldn't put them as part of the Sanji Tax, but they are similar to him. Well, Sanji didn't ask Kuma to send him to an island of beautiful women. Like, you know what I mean? It's a nice theory, but he didn't. He just got sent there. But also, it's beautiful that Kuma sent Sanji to Iva. Because now we know how much Iva means to Kuma. Like, an insane amount. And Kuma went, this little fucker, Iva's getting him. That's so cute. Yeah, Toei doesn't want to pay the Sanji tax. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Bow, 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 bow. Crash, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait to see why I talk about annoying child characters at the beginning of the video. I'll keep my secrets. Thank you very much. La la la. We are... Sorry, just screenshotting. Me when I'm exploding. Good luck with editing? Question mark? Look how much I have left. And then I'll have the spine done. And when the spine's done, the real editing begins. I had a second drink. The real editing is the real editing. I.e., I have to actually add in the panels, and then I can add the funny jokes. I've been fake editing so far. Thresh, what does that mean? I'm scared. Editing is only exhausting if you don't like it. Well, it's still exhausting, but I like doing it. Judge was a good dad. Why would you send me this? Emotions will never lead to anything good. Wait, the person... Ah! Why is it always a guy with a Zoro icon that says Judge is a good dad? Why is it they just can't let Sanji be happy? Like... Zoro, I love you. The funniest thing is Zoro would beat the shit out of Judge. Why does Zoro have these fans? I don't understand. Bro, Zoro's gonna break down crying, or he's gonna cry at some point, and his own fans are gonna, like, hate that. And I feel horrible about that. Rage bait used to be believable. Zoro, get behind me. Odin lend me some reading comprehension. Ah! Sorry, oh my god. Ah! Ah! Odin! Oh god. Odin lend me some reading comprehension. Oh. Odin lend me some reading comprehension. This is a narrative we're dealing with. This is base narrative we're dealing with. Oh. Someone on twitter.com said I coined the term narrative equals. I don't know if that's true, but apparently it's really pissing people off, narrative equals. Because they're saying, what does that mean? What does that mean? And it's like, it means the story calls for them to have to be equals for the story and characters and narrative to work. And it's really pissing them off because they have no real way to argue against it unless they go, but hypothetically, and I'm like, but I'm not talking hypothetically. I'm talking about the narrative we are reading. Your hypothetical doesn't mean anything to me. Like, so it's really, I think it's really been frustrating some people. It feels like a deus ex machina of arguments, but narratively, and then you win. But I worry that some people are going to start using the term wrong when they say narratively. It's destined to happen. I'll never forget the person that said, "What do you mean by narrative equals?" And then my friend who's not into One Piece messaging me and saying, "Mel, why did I just see someone ask you what narrative equals mean?" I'll never get over that. They were befuddled. They were jaw-dropped at why someone had to be explained narrative equals. Oh my god. Odin, lend me... Odin, lend me your reading comprehension. I mean, look, they think the same thing about me because I'm a filthy shipper, which can cloud my view of the story. And you know what? Fair enough. Sometimes it can. But I do my very goddamn googly moogly best to not let it cloud me. But hey, I'm a human being. I have bias like everyone else has bias. If I see a scene and think, I bet Zoro's thinking about Sanji, that is my God-given right. Damn it. My God-given right. By the way, you want to know who has and who doesn't have reading comprehension? Ask what they think about Zoro's reaction to Sanji leaving and Zoro. if they don't understand why Zoro was so angry there, and they basically are like, well, Zoro was right. Zoro was right. Yeah, Zoro just hates Sanji. I'm sorry, mate. You're gonna have to work on your reading comprehension. To me, that moment is one of the moments that really coins if someone is actually reading this series, on how they think about and how they took Zoro's reaction to Sanji leaving. Like, for real. If they were, like, confused about it, that's fine. Because I know some people were confused about it, and they were like, why is Zoro reacting like this? And that's fine. But if they answer straight up, oh yeah, Zoro just hates him. He was right, he just hates him. You failed the test. Why did I do that? La 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 la. I can't wait to hear this music while I'm playing my game. Do you wear wigs? Have you worn wigs? When will you wear wigs? What a coinky dink. Sorry, there's no coinky dink. I needed to say coinky dink. La la la. As a native English speaker, coinky dink is one of the best words ever. Coinky dink is a fun way to say coincidence. What a coinky dink! It's a good word. Why I have to like breathe in when I have to do some takes. La 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 la. Ah, ah! I forgot I wanted to do the monkey meme. You know the monkey meme? Where he like looks really concerned? I forgot that I wanted to do that. What a delight. Hands on head monkey meme. Show image. Hands on head monkey gif. I'm pretty sure I have the video of this though. Hang on, wait. Monkey. Do I not have this saved? I swear I used it in a video before. Monkey. Yeah, there it is. I got it as a green screen. Monkey. It's a good monkey. I quite enjoy him. No, 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 we are not 47 minutes into the video. That is a lie. That is a lie, sir. No, it's not that long. It is not that long. Hello. Ah, so it did hit 40 minutes. Yeah, it'll probably be a 50-minute video because I've got the ending. Oh my goodness. Slay. Oh shit, I moved late. La la la. That's so funny that you say like that's Bakugo's voice. Cause it is, but I know it is Nishinoya from Haikyuu. Ah, that's how I know him. Also Rin Okamura from Blue Exorcist. That's probably how I know him first, Rin Okamura. Oh my god, I love Rin. Oh my god, my little guy. That was one of my first anime. Mm. Mm-hmm. The spine is done. The spine is done. Oh, I can get to the real editing tomorrow. Oh, okay. It's Pokemon time. It is. Are we excited? I'm excited. All right. All right. Okay, I'm gonna see you over in Pokemon Land. Let me get my box. Alright, give me 20 minutes to set up for Pokemon, and then I'll see you over there. But thank you guys for joining for editing. If you're not gonna join me on Pokemon, then thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. And if I'm gonna see you in Pokemon, I will see you soon. See you in like 20 minutes. Bye-bye for now. See you soon. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye-bye. Bye! Ah! Ah!